All right, this happened earlier today. Let me see if I can fix it. Hold on. I'm gonna try to go back to my regular mic. Let me know.
It just still fucked up. It just still fucked up. Fuck. Okay. Wait. Wait. Getting sick. Getting big sick. Mic good now. Is the mic good now? Was the last one better? Or was the last one better? No. Damn it. God damn it. Fucking piece of shit. Fucking piece of shit.
All right, it's fine. We'll rock with this one. This one's good. Get this piece of shit out of here. Dude, I have these headphones. These are the Black Shark V3 Pro, and I was before using Black Shark V2 Pro, the worst edition, and my mic stopped working on that one. And so I got the new one. I'm like, oh, nice, new and improved model. It's worse. It's fucking worse. So dumb. Anyways, what's up, guys? I don't know why it's. Did it sound like a robot kind of? Like really metallic-y? Yeah. All right. Well, this will have to do for now. Alrighty. Let us begin. Let me open up our sheet, guys. I'll try to hit some people nice and early here because I'm here about 10 minutes early. See what submissions we got today. What's up? What's up? Alexander Moreau. Manel Garcia. Welcome, bro. I think hopefully it's Manel. I'm pronouncing that correctly. Give him a nice warm welcome in the chat, guys. Manel, you're here nice and early too, man. I love to see it. That's a green flag if I've ever seen one. Alrighty. Let's see what we're on today. All right, since we're a bit early, I got to make sure people I call in are actually here. Listen, Alexander, Braga. Lucas. Okay, Alvin. Alvin, you're here, right? What's up, dude? All right, let's go through it, man. Alvin is up first today. All right, so 4 through the 6, 200 bucks spent. CTR all. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. CTR all 11.5%. What are your CPMs, dude? Oh, yeah, there we go. 162. $2 CPC, definitely outside of KPI. CPM is very high, being the main culprit there. Health and wellness, gut health in the US checks out. Checks out that you'd have some high CPMs there. $80 price point, $160 in revenue, under a 1x ROAS here, $98 CPA, 2.73%. It's supposed to be higher, but I made a change to my store and bots started coming in. That's okay. Yeah, I get the picture. $80 AOV, 7 add to carts, 97 link clicks. Am I reading that right? That would be a 7% add to cart ratio. And then we have 2 purchases out of 7 add to carts. Just stop me if any of this is wrong. You didn't put the percentage, so I'm just doing the calculation. That would be a 29% add to cart to purchase ratio, which is right within KPI. Add to cart to purchases is also not bad at all, dude. You're at 8% for an $80 product. That is not bad at all. It's just your traffic is so expensive on the front end. That's being the main issue right now. Okay. Hey, Mark, this is my 3rd test on this product, and it's leading traffic to an advertorial from Mini VSL. By the way, guys, for anybody that's here at the moment, my computer has been just like randomly shutting off. So if I lose you, I'm just going to restart the webinar. Okay, so just rejoin. Still trying to get it fixed. It happened earlier today on a call, so it's very possible it happens again. Mini VSL, an advertorial, ended up turning this campaign off because my coach told me to turn all the ads off and let the ad that got sales spend till break even CPA. The ad that I gave you ended up spending 70% of the campaign's budget. Past two tests have been similar results with almost 100% add to cart to initiate checkout rate, but less than 50% purchases. That's not bad, dude. Like, that's really not bad at all. That's like a 25% add to cart to purchase. So one last test for a product with static ads, but it isn't going well. So my question is, do you think I should continue for this product or should I move on? I haven't looked at like your actual ads yet, but I would probably recommend moving on based off this stuff so far. The reason why is you are on your third test with it and you've improved something every single time. And even on the third test, you're not at a level that's within like 20% of your break-even point. So my question is, do you think I should continue with the product or move on? Here is the Shopify Analytics. I did 73 session, 9 add to cart, 9 initiate checkouts, 2 purchases. Yeah, like this is not a super ideal initiate checkout to purchase ratio, but you are so early. There's not a lot of data, and really 2 out of 9 add to carts is not that bad. So I don't think that there's an issue at the moment with your checkout. That's just a normal fluctuation when you don't have a ton of data quite yet. So let's take a look here first. Very curious on the ads as well. You said that you were running a mini VSL. Not a lot of people in BBA run mini VSLs, but
Turns out
they can work fantastically.
turns out the bloating, the cramping, the urgency.
It's not good enough. I'll tell you right now, it's already not good enough. Specifically, the scroll stopper, the visual, it isn't quite there. It's not dramatic enough. It's not curiosity invoking enough.
Turns out the bloating, the cramping, the urgency, they were never about food. 4 years of it, 3 doctors, and not one real answer. The bloating every afternoon like clockwork. The cramping after meals I thought were safe.
I'm still relatively impressed by the VSL, bro. It's like the initial piece is not good enough, but your ability to work together all these AI clips, man, that is good.
Scoping every bathroom before I'd order anything at a restaurant. I stopped traveling. I missed my sister's birthday dinner because I didn't trust my own body. Every doctor said the same thing. It's IBS. Manage your triggers. Learn to live with it. So I did what you do. I tried everything. Low FODMAP for 6 months. Symptoms calmed down until I tried to eat normally again and they came straight back. 2 courses of rifaximin. The first one worked for about 8 weeks. The second one barely touched it. I wasn't getting better. I was just getting better at being sick. What nobody told me was that my gut symptoms had nothing to do with my gut. There's a nerve, the vagus nerve, that runs from your brainstem all the way down to your colon. It's the main line of communication between your brain and your digestive system. It tells your gut when to move, when to calm inflammation, when to switch out of survival mode and into rest and digest. When it goes quiet, from chronic stress, from rounds of antibiotics, from COVID, your gut loses its signal. The bloating, the cramping, the urgency aren't separate problems. They're one nerve that stopped doing its job. The fix isn't another pill targeting the symptom. It's sending an electrical signal directly to that nerve, restoring the communication.
Dude, overall, solid sales message. Solid sales message. Mechanism is pretty clear. Mechanism of the problem, mechanism of the solution. Really not bad, dude. Just this first piece has got to be better. I would highly recommend emulating something like Emma. Really, really good short form VSLs that they were running for a while. All right, let's take a look at the lander. But dude, if you're running something like this, you have to be like you're running in gut health, which is super competitive. It's US, super competitive. So the fact that you have really high CPMs, I can't say really shocks me. You are going to have to make this VSL better, but even then, I bet you can bring them down to like $80, but probably not too much lower than that, maybe even like 100. So you have to overcompensate with that with either super duper qualified traffic, which you're kind of front loading the persuasion onto the ad, and you're going to have like super high conversion rate, which is kind of where you're at right now, but it's just not high enough. Or you have to get that CTR up even more to drive down your CPC to a level that is economically acceptable for you. Now, the advertorial, let's take a look. Headline 6.5 out of 10. Do you know your advertorial CTR? 40%. I mean, that's really good. And where's the CTA? You got to get them to consume a lot, man. That's a phenomenal, phenomenal CTR, if that is accurate. I'm sure some bot traffic is impacting that a little bit, but still. Oh, make sure you drive them I'll drive them to the same URL, bro. Don't open it up in a new tab. But that's a pretty small thing. Oh, interesting. Did not expect this to be the product, actually. Okay, well, let me answer your question because I could totally continue to, rip this apart. It's really not bad, though. It's really not bad at all. I would move on. I'd move on. Same reason that I said initially. I just wanted to get the full picture. But you've done now 3 tests on this product and still are not within like 20 to 30% of your break-even ROAS. So also your break-even ROAS is fucking high, bro. Shit. 1.6 on an $80 product. Yeah. I'd move on, man. I'd move on. That's all I have for you. All right. Let's see who's next. Now we got more people in here. What up? What's up, people? Well, welcome to the call. Daniel. What up? What up? Okay. Let's move on to I'm just gonna kind of scan the names here. Jan. Is Jan here? Daniel. First call in BBA. Welcome, dude. Welcome to the greatest call of the whole week. We got double Daniels too. Is Jan here? I don't think Jan is here. We'll come back to Jan. Lucas? No, no Lucas. Praga. Is Praga here? What up? Praga, where are you from, bro? Hungary. Nice, man. Nice. What part? Never mind. Never mind. All right, let's go through it. 19 days worth of data here. We got 3.3K spend on Meta, another 1.3K on TikTok. Okay, I'm going to look specifically at your Meta results here, although it looks to be kind of the same issue. Well, actually, let me hold off on that. So it says your ROAS is 2.74. Oh my goodness. Is your break-even ROAS really 3.9? Is that accurate? Oh, go roast. What do you know your break-even roast? Like how much what return on ad spend you have to get to break even on your product? Okay, that's better. I mean, cash on delivery makes a little bit more sense. Are you selling cash on delivery in Hungary? Yes. I see the domain. Nice. Okay. The target ROAS would likely have been achieved. However, performance declined during the final 10 days of the campaign. This was most likely due to 2 factors. The 2 best-selling product variants went out of stock. Yeah. Yeah, that'll definitely do it. And additional fresh creatives were needed to maintain performance. Very good. This is a brand new store that has just launched, and I'm now looking to scale it. The first inventory batch performed well in terms of product quality, but the fit was not ideal, and it could be difficult to apply properly to the eye. The second batch has already improved and now fits correctly. The category also has a negative reputation due to poor quality alternatives sold by other stores. How can I communicate this in my advertising to build trust, differentiate from inferior competitors, and convince customers that our magnetic lashes are genuinely easy to apply, fit properly, fit a better overall experience? Okay, got it. Open this here. Is the majority of your sales, man, is it cash on delivery or D2C on Shopify? Okay, cool. I'm gonna focus mostly on Shopify, if that's cool. Um, these numbers aren't making sense, dude, because you can't have a $4 CPA and a $50 AOV. What's your CPC? Yeah, so some number is off here. I'm guessing it is the CPA because you wouldn't have a 39 cents CPC with a $4 CPA and be at only a 2.7x ROAS. But let me see if I can just generally give you some feedback because this is a pretty interesting case because you're doing cash on delivery, you're running traffic on Meta and TikTok, you're running in Hungary, your breaking ROAS is very high still. Like two my KPIs, just so you know, bro, because I think this is the first submission I've seen from you. My KPIs for the D2C, like on Shopify, is a break-even ROAS of like 1.5 or lower, ideally. Sometimes if it's a little bit more of an expensive product, then you can get it up to 1.6, 1.7, but really the sweet spot is 1.5 and below, because that's one of the few things that is within your control. The fluctuating CPAs on Facebook, there's always going to be an element of that is outside of your control. You can control the creatives, you can control your funnel, but you can't control exactly what Facebook is going to throw you on a specific day. So you should take control of everything that you possibly can that is actually within your control, thus that being your gross margins, your break-even ROAS. Let's see what else here. What can you be doing better? Do you really have a $50 AOV? Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, let me answer this first question here. Thank you, Alan. So this category has a negative reputation due to poor quality alternatives sold by other stores. So that is stage 4 sophistication, and also level 4 level of awareness, where people are solution aware. So everything should be centered around differentiation, which you kind of already see, that being your top angle. 3 reasons I regret buying this. Um, but I think that's one of the best stages to be in, honestly. Let's take a look at the ad. Your CTRs are relatively healthy, like 3.5%. I'm sure your CPMs are really low. I don't know if this is accurate. You put the same number as your CPC. Yeah, you put the same numbers here. Do you know what your CPMs are, man?
3 ok, amiért megbántam, hogy meg...
So, yes, I would. But the main thing you have to come to, man, is you have to have this, you have to find what the root cause is. Like, what is the reason that all the other ones are so bad? This is essentially the fundamentals of building a unique mechanism, which is going to be your number one differentiating thing. Like the reason it's called unique mechanism is because it's the unique way mechanistically that your product actually gets results and actually addresses the root cause. Everybody else's product doesn't actually get at the root cause. So you have to, in your messaging, you have to come up with your unique mechanism of the problem and unique mechanism of the solution. So the unique mechanism of the problem is going to be what is the culmination of all the reasons boiled down into one thing that all the other competitors' products are shit, they don't work very well, they're terrible. What is that? And then the unique mechanism of the solution is something unique, something proprietary about your brand specifically, your product that actually addresses the root cause. Like that's the easiest way to be able to position mechanisms is think about like the root cause positioning. Like none of these other alternative things, they don't actually address the root cause, but we do. Like these other things are just like masking the symptoms, painting over them, but we actually get at the root of what is causing, these issues and able to fix your product. Reason is that it does not fit the eye. The magnet is not good quality. Okay, so there should be something specific about why your magnet is actually good quality. Like what makes it a good quality magnet? Like does it use I don't know anything about this industry, man. So I don't know how helpful I can be at all. But the way you want to think about it is exactly what I said. Like what is the number one unique thing about your magnet that allows it to actually stay on the eyes? Other than that, it's just traditional like stage 4 sophistication, level 4 awareness marketing. You don't have to begin every single ad by like talking shit about everything else, but you should include and discredit all the other alternative solutions in almost every single one of your ads. Doesn't have to be the very first thing, doesn't have to be the central theme, but it should be like the number one it should be included in every ad, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else I can answer for you, man? I mean, you are profitable, but since your break-even ROAS is so high, I don't know what exactly your margins are on the D2C, maybe like 10 to 15%. I do think you can definitely get that up. And it's probably going to come majority on the ad side because look, you're at a 6% add to cart rate. My KPI is 10%, but you're at a 6% add to cart rate when you're only paying like 39 cents USD for a click. So you're naturally going to have a lower add to cart rate, and that's okay. So I would focus the majority of your, oh, dude, 30% profit? Spend more money. Spend more money. I mean, you're within KPI, dude. 30% is a great place to be. So it's time to start scaling for you. Anything else I can answer for you? Yeah, man, you're killing it. Good work. Nice. Cool. All right, Jan, you here? All right. What's up, Jan? So 10 days, 1.1K spend, 17% CTR all, 4.67% CTR link, $1.47 CPC, $68 CPMs, pet supplements. USA, UK, Australia, Canada. Big Four pet supplements, $1.47. Okay, not bad. Front end selling price 45 for 170 for 293. Nice. 2.1 in revenue, 32 sales, $37 CPA, 3% conversion rate on a $66 AOV. Not bad. Could be a little bit better, specifically here with this add to cart rate. I think you could probably get this up to 8%. Add to cart to purchase ratio, however, is fantastic. 51%. KPI is 30. You're well above there. Oh man, I read these backwards. It's like not another high break even ROAS. All right, 1.57 break even, 1.75 ROAS. Okay, cool. So profitable, but wanting to expand the margins here. All right. Hey, Mark, how you doing, man? I'm great. Thank you for asking. Running this product for almost 18 days now on a 111 daily budget and can get to target ROAS numbers so I can scale. I don't know if my economics sucks because my break-even ROAS is so high, but I've already increased price. Run mostly native long copy ads. I got that. My audience mostly 65 plus. Great. Coach told me not to worry about funnel side and only focus on creatives for now. Yeah, I mean, you're in pet supplements, so you're going to be paying a little bit of a premium on your clicks. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. It's a competitive niche, but you're not doing bad here at all. An average 17% CTR all is great for native statics. The ratio between your CTR all and CTR link is totally healthy, and you're above 4% CTR, which is a good baseline for native statics too. You could always try to get it down a little bit more with just a higher CTR because those CPMs probably aren't going to come down a whole lot. And you have a good offer structure. This is a great conversion rate for native statics, man. Like a 3% conversion rate on a, what was it, $66 AOV native statics, really pretty good. But I do think you can get that CPC down. So $66 AOV, not bad for that offer structure. What percentage in terms of your net margins are you at the moment, bro? 20%? Okay. So your economics are not ideal, but they're also not terrible. You're right on like the higher end of the range that I like to give for KPI of your break-even ROAS. You said you already increased the price. Did you bring it back down? Or did you increase it and you kept it there? Okay. Uh, Kept it there. Oh, nice, dude. Did you increase it again? That is definitely an option. However, I'm not a fan. I don't know how you increase the price, but I like doing everything separate, which will mean like separate advertorial, separate PDP. You can keep everything the same, like literally only change the price. Keep everything the same though, so it doesn't end up messing up whatever you have that's working right now. Because it is working. Like you're profitable and you're at 20%. So you could definitely start, like even at this level, you can start slowly increasing the budget by roughly 20% per day. I think that's a pretty low risk thing for you at the moment. Do you happen to know what this advertorial, yeah, we'll call it an advertorial, your advertorial CTR is? Oh, by the way, I don't know Praga. I don't know if you're still here, but this is exactly what I'm talking about with like the root cause. It's because they just max the symptoms instead of targeting the root cause, your dog's cortisol levels. Like that's the reason, that's the real reason that every barking solution has failed. It's not getting at the cortisol being that. So the cortisol in this case is the UMP, unique mechanism of the problem. So that's what you really need to get clear about. What is your net right now, Jan? And also, oh, you said 30% advertorial CTR. Okay, never mind. I wouldn't, I would not scale too much right now. I would give this other price point a try. Let me click through here. Doglet. That's hilarious. I mean, really hammering the cortisol thing. My God. It seems like what you may be missing here, especially for this market, bro, very, very aware market. I mean, the only thing people love more than their own children is pets, and some people love their pets more than their children. Um, okay, cortisol, cool. It's clear. Like UMP, clear as day. What is the UMS? So something to anybody. Yeah, that's not a UMS. Well, it's not. It is a UMS. It's not specific enough. Usually, it's not a UMS. That's just that's a lack of UMS. So you need more specificity for sure. From a sales argument perspective, I think you need more specificity. So people in this market, people in supplement markets in general, it's almost always stage 4, if not stage 5 sophistication, very solution aware people, to the degree that many of them are probably aware of individual ingredients, individual ingredients that are in this product. And like where, if your ingredients aren't able to be, see if I can, yeah, there we go. Okay. So like this, the fact that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slides in for a supplement, that's got to change. I know it's right here, but you got to make this like a really big section. The ingredients is a huge, huge piece, and the research around them, a huge, huge piece in the success of your lander. So it should be in your advertorial, and it should also be in your PDP here. Now the advertorial, I think, is decent. I think it's good, not great. Your advertorial CTR is healthy. It's 30%. And it's not like this is a really short advertorial either. I mean, the CTA is what? 4 scrolls down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 scrolls down, roughly. I would do more testing on this pre-lander, Ben. I would start testing them, and again, it's always separate. Like you don't want to split test on this page directly. I would do a new campaign. I wouldn't do sticky CTA. I'm low-key against sticky CTAs if you're going to an advertorial. You want the consumption. Like if you put a button, people will click it. People will click it very quickly. Way before you've done the persuasion that is necessary before they get to the PDP. That's the issue with sticky CTAs on advertorials. I usually find that 50% down the advertorial, if I'm going to have a CTA, that'll be the absolute earliest that I'll put it. A lot of times, I'm a fan of putting them at the very end, which will lower your advertorial CTR. However, it'll also mean that the people that read, all the way down to the bottom of like a medium to long length advertorial, those people are warm. They are bought in. They've consumed a lot. They're not reading every single word, but they are skimming. And the more consumption that you get, the more your conversion rate is going to go up. So the advertorial CTR, as I said, it is good on paper. However, this is a relatively short advertorial. I think the headline is, like I said, I'd give this probably also a 6.5 out of 10. Didn't I do that in the ad already? Yeah, but in the same way that people are skimming the advertorial, they're also skimming the ad. So you can't go into like these funnel architectures and assume that people are reading every single word of your copy. Like many people will just read the first few sentences, then click. And so if they don't get that belief reinforced in the advertorial, then it was like it was never even there. Now, I don't know if I'll have time for this. I'd love to like dissect this headline. Let's do it real quick. Okay. Can somebody please send a checklist of the headline elements that should generally be present? Does anyone have that handy? It's like 7 things. All right, we'll go one by one. Let's make this interactive, right? Let's learn a thing or two. Let's begin with number 1, which is curiosity. So where is the curiosity in this headline? This is a question to anybody. Where's the curiosity? How to call my dog? No. Reason? No. Thank you, Ibrahim. There is no curiosity. Like ultimately, this is relative, but there's no real curiosity here that I see. How about call out pain points? Where's that? Failed solutions? Is the failed solutions the pain point? No. Don't overthink it, guys. The pain point is the dog barking. So it's going to be barking. I guess you can include like barking solution. That's going to be the pain point. All right, so we can check that off. We're 1 for 2 right now. Finally, calm your dog down. That is the outcome. That is not the pain point. How about promise a solution? What is the solution being promised here? Oscar? Nice. There you go. You got it. Good. Cool. Solution is there. Okay. How about specificity? Any specificity here? Nice. Good. Good. No specificity. Okay. How about credibility or addressing skepticism? I guess you could say, a lot of this advertorial is designed around skepticism, but in the headline specifically, skepticism. Any addressing of skepticism, I mean, you're discrediting every barking solution and why it's failed. So, yeah, like the fact that everything failed, I suppose you could say that's addressing skepticism. And it's definitely here. It is definitely here. So, I would highly recommend having a very clear headline and subheadline because it's hard to fit a lot of this into just one headline. And again, you don't have to have every single one. But I can definitely say there is no credibility. Why do you have who is this even by? I mean, I see vet reviewed guide, but there's not even an author on this page. The whole concept of advertorial is an ad and a editorial. And they begun initially in newspapers and magazines. And it was supposed to be this third party external person that's giving a completely unbiased review of something, or it's just like an article. But the art it's not somebody working for the brand that's writing it. That should be clear. But that is not clear here. So from an advertorial psychology standpoint, that is something that's missing. So I guess you could say that like this is a little bit of credibility, but it's like vet review. There's no vet here. I think you can do a lot better here, and I'm going to be an asshole, so I'm going to say no. What's next? Time frame. Any time frame here? Nope. No time frame. How about, is that it? That was it. Simplicity is the last one. I actually think it is relatively simple. So I could give you simplicity. Okay, so we're 3 for 7. But some of the most important ones are actually the ones that you're missing. Time frame is huge. Like to say, here's how you can lose 20 pounds versus how to lose 20 pounds in 30 days. Time frame is huge. And this could be something that's like as soon as it supplements, like you can have instantaneous solutions. But something like this, something that instantly calms your dog down, the time frame was completely missed. Specificity, huge one that was missed. Promising solution, that's I think it's good, but it's missing a specific solution. I mean, calm your dog down. How else can you make that more specific? Maybe not. Curiosity, another huge one that is missed. Another huge one that is missed. Calling it a pain point, this one is not as important. You don't, and again, just to be clear, it doesn't need to be like every single one of these needs to be checked. In fact, some of the best headlines, it's usually around like 4 things that are checked, but many of them are checked multiple times. So let's do this real quick. Let me pull something up so we can see some good examples. Okay, now granted, this is a headline for a sales page, not an advertorial headline. That's why it's actually less important that you hit every single one. But look at all these instances of, yeah, that's good. Curiosity, right? First, calling out the pain point immediately. Curiosity. I mean, shit. Amazing secret. One-legged golfer. Time frame right here. Promising solution here. More promising solution here. Then a whole bunch of credibility. Also credibility. One-legged golfer. What? As you can see, like it is hitting a lot of them, but it's hitting like curiosity and specificity multiple times, many, many times. Let me pull up another example real quick. I'm gonna turn this into a copywriting masterclass. Okay. Let's begin with curiosity. Where is it? Someone type it in chat. Curiosity. Come on. Thank you. My God. Yeah, maybe the fact that there's naked girls is a little, a little bit of curiosity. A knife fight. 3 enormous badass bikers. So that's like at least 3 instances of curiosity. If we want to add calling out the pain points in this one, no, not really. This is a very, very top of funnel, broad, unaware kind of headline here. How about promise solution? Not really. It's kind of like insinuating a solution. Like this guy whooped these three enormous badass bikers with the knife. I don't know. I don't know. How about specificity? I would say naked girl, like the fact that naked girls is specific. Little pudgy guy, very specific. He didn't just get into a fight; he got into a knife fight. He got in a knife fight with three dudes. No, he got a knife fight with three enormous, badass bikers. Specificity. Simplicity on this one. Not too much. Maybe a little bit. Credibility. Address skepticism. I would say address skepticism with the guy insinuate this headline insinuating this guy won this fight as a little pudgy guy. Because this is the framework. I was just like you, but worse. So like shit, if this little pudgy guy can beat these badass bikers, then I definitely can. I'm not pudgy. Time frame to achieve results? No. So you can see once again, not every single one of them needs to be accomplished, but you, I think, had three, but you were missing some very, very important ones here. Who am I even talking to right now? Jan. Was that helpful? So whenever this was all kind of to the point that you should test more advertorials, but don't just test them blindly. Don't just have like Claude write a headline and be like, yeah, it looks good to me. Run it through this process. Because if you're able to still fit this copy into the frame of being in the right stage of sophistication, the right level of awareness, right level of consciousness, all this stuff that I talk about, then it just comes down to the actual words. And if you don't have a framework, then you're just going to think that the Claude copy is just good enough. And it's not. That's why I use that. So TLDR, I would not scale at 10% margins net. I would test more advertorials and I would put the CTA all the way at the bottom because you're running native statics, bro. If you're running native static as an indirect ad, indirect ads should go typically to indirect funnels, which is an advertorial funnel. That's what you're doing. But you can totally ramp up the quality of the advertorial there, the copy for sure. I would do some sort of transformation image here. So like this is the structure that it should be. It should be like, look at this. Yeah. Okay. Be like headline, subheadline, very clearly subheadline that is differentiated from the actual paragraph text. Right now it's not, which is a problem. No, okay. And then author, when it was written, blah, blah, blah. And then this image would go next right here. And for the image, how well does this image represent the headline right now? I would say it does a decent job. It's very clearly something about the brain, which is what you're getting at. It's like cortisol. However, I think transformation images as a first image on an advertorial is going to be the best bet. So what is the before and after of a dog that is insanely hyperactive, crazy, and then on the right-hand side, super duper calm, chill? Create that as that first image. You don't even need to say before and after. You can just have that as the actual image. You'll notice if you go look at a lot of the top advertorials out there, you will very quickly see that people are really intentional about the images, but you should be. So that's about it, Jen. Any other questions I can answer for you, man? I sell 120 chews. Most other brands sell 60, 90, and I don't know how to tell them I have more value than others. Only 120 in the product's name. Do you have to sell 120? Yes. Do you have a comparison chart? Oh, you do. Oh, it's not here. That's the easy low-hanging fruit right there. I would also really emphasize, just given the state that we're in, how natural this product is compared to like, using a pharmaceutical drug for dogs, which some people do, like a sedative. But what you're doing here is the UMP is very clear. The UMS is not quite clear enough. There should be something that directly targets the cortisol, which is probably going to be that hemp. I mean, it's going to be actually probably all of these things. But man, really lean into the fact that they're super duper natural, man. Super, super natural. But yeah, that's about it, bro. That's all I got for you. All right, let's move on to Alexander. Okay, nice. Nice. Profitable, but need to push more there. Nice, bro. Since last week, 95% of my spend now feeds my best pre-lander. I've been rewriting the primary tech body and testing new angles, and I found a better headline for the pre-lander, like you said. I'm milking my winning angle instead of switching, and I'm staying in Mexico. Profitable and climbing, but the add to cart to purchase gap you flagged is even more apparent now, and it's the payment link. Yeah. Almost all my non-converting checkouts are Mexican buyers with no local payment option. Makes sense. In my mechanism V1, advertorial click-through rate to the P2P is 26%. I've got 336 buyers since relaunch, a 3-bottle post-purchase upsell low take rate, plus a 1-bottle downsell basic email flows that brought in almost no cash and no subscription. When I come my front price from 45 to 60, my OV dropped about $10. Okay. Mm. About the payment processors, I can reach out. I think I know maybe 1 or 2 people that are selling in Mexico at scale. I can ask them about this. It's not like I also think there's other levers that you can pull. It's not like that's the only thing that's keeping you from scaling it. And the add to cart to purchase gap is not that bad. It's like 16%, I think, if I remember correctly. KPI is 30, but your traffic is so cheap and you're marketing to, like a third world country or second world country, whatever Mexico is. So it's not like surprising in any way. I really don't think it's like even without the payment options being a factor. I do think there's other levers that you can pull on the ads, on the editorial, on your well, I think your PDP is pretty good. I don't know if I've changed much there. Are you back to that higher price point now? Okay. Nice, bro. Okay. TTR link is still on the low side. Again, part of that is probably a little bit due to the market, but still, I remember it could definitely still be improved. Let's take a look. Hmm. You have the English copy by chance? Yeah, set it real quick, please. From a formatting perspective, I still don't love these massive paragraphs, dude. I really don't. Yeah, I can't translate. I just don't want to open up Claude right now. So long form ad copy, guys, 101. You want to make it feel easy to read and consume, but still also have diversity so that it doesn't get repetitive and boring. The first rule the first rule of advertising and marketing in general is you want to stand out. And one way you can stand out is by taking up as much real estate on the ad as possible. This is one of the first lessons I learned actually in Google advertising, because if you search on Google or Google search, Google search ads, you can see some people just have like a headline and then like one small line of text after that. But the guys that are the most successful are taking up a lot of fucking real estate on their ad. They have like 3 variations of the headline first, then they have the URL, then they have like 3 lines worth of description of the website, which is all marketing copy too. And then they have site links underneath that. And then they have a phone number. And then they have call outs, and they have all these other things, to the point where the original ad was like this big, the competitor, and theirs is like this big, because they're taking up so much more real estate. But people don't think about applying that to Facebook ads that much, because the issue with something like this is, I don't know exactly how it looks on mobile, but oftentimes if you're not intentionally writing 3 lines back to back, it could just be this first line and then the see more button, which you don't want to do that. You did not take up the right amount of real estate. You didn't try to maximize your real estate on the hook of your primary text. And I don't know if that's exactly happening for you. It's very likely, even if they don't directly show you in the ad preview, sometimes it'll only show like one line. If you just have like one line there, which means it could totally cut off. Like everything after here could be totally cut off, and it would just see like ... see more right here. And this would be the button to expand the whole text. So you don't want that. You want to take up as much real estate as possible. Okay, copy wise, let's see. Have you done foundational docs specifically in Spanish speaking markets? Okay, good. I really think you can do better than the 14% CTR, man. Like CTR all. I'm also noticing that from a structural standpoint, you're getting very, very quick. You're getting very deep into the mechanism very quickly, specifically the mechanism of the problem. Oh man, I think yeah. It's not super it's not that greased up slide metaphor that we're looking for in terms of the copy. You go from that's why you're fat, that's why you're still fat when you cut calories, that's why your chest gets softer, that's why blah 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 blah, that's why your friend already has bigger breasts than his wife. It's not age, it's not XYZ, it's estrogen. I do think you're probably getting a little bit deep. Like why did you include aromatase in here? It was already pretty clear. Like the one thing I was like, are you maybe even going too deep into the mechanism? Like you're just nailing the unique mechanism of the problem before you, and then like the actual mechanism of the solution is actually not even there. The mechanism of the solution is missing entirely, because you go right into a close from there, which is crazy. Usually the close comes after the mechanism of the solution, then the ingredients to justify, or sorry, then the product and the ingredients to justify it, and then the close. But you basically went like hook, lead, body, unique mechanism of problem, pitch. You went unique mechanism of the problem, crossroads, close, which is like, I'm going to give you two options. You can do X or you do Y where you can still drink beer. And then you get into the ingredients after that, but you didn't even mention that it's your product. Yeah, so structurally from a copy standpoint, bro, they're out of order and there's some big things that are entirely missing. Wow, I can't even believe you got that approved. That's actually crazy. That is wild. You literally just called him fat. You said, "You're fat." Yes, I'm talking to you. That's wild. I mean, it's buried deep down in the copy, but still. Facebook TOS is like, huh? Huh? It's like it's like your mom, like or dad, like reading something on a phone, and they're like, "What's what the?" That's the Facebook TOS seeing this shit. Okay, back to it. What do you do about all this? I mean, so a lot of copy improvements there, dude. Like the copy is so freaking important with these native statics. There's a few things that are missing there. Your seats are all still a little low. Like really, I think the ratio is important. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you should definitely still have a higher CTR all. But the body, as I displayed, it's not clean. It's not cleanly flowing from one thing to the next. I need to milk as much as I can from my existing buyers, get my AOV to 3x my front end price. I need to milk as much as I can from my existing buyers, get my AOV to 3x my front end price. So it's going to be an uphill battle with the AOV, man, in this particular market. It's not nearly as much like purchasing power as there is in the United States. I would try to play the game of, get it relatively high and then try to get your CAC down. Try to get your CAC down, and bro, beyond that, it is going to be an uphill battle. I think it is worthwhile though. Now that you have kind of the central angle, it may be worthwhile, and you have a little bit of diversity because you have this angle, and I think you have like one or two more that are doing decent to test some other Spanish speaking countries. There's so many Spanish speaking countries. I know you tested a few of them, but that was like before you did all these optimizations on this particular market. So maybe small amounts of ad spend, like very small. I wouldn't do a lot of spend there and just see if within like 200 or 300 bucks, you should see if there's going to be any traction there. If not, just cut it. Single key focus for this week. I don't know if there's a single one. I went through I went through a number of things. Like about this, I can reach out, but I would definitely still be interested in other markets. About this uphill battle, it's really about LTV. If you're trying to milk as much from your existing buyers, AUV is only on one purchase on average. So the LTV is one customer buying from you multiple times over. I mean, bro, no, I probably wouldn't do that. I was gonna say you could probably just run a simple like affiliate campaign to another testosterone related product to your email list and see how that does. But I think that's a distraction. Like you need to crack acquisition right now. I don't know why this is like so top of mind for you right now. There's not a lot of customers. So yeah, that's what I got for you, bro. Any questions? All right, Chaston, you're up next, bro. So we got 2 days of data here, 100 days spend, 25% CTR. All, oh my god, that's CTR link. Oh my god, that's CPC. Holy cow, sciatica, US of A, $40 price, $449 of revenue. What the fuck? This guy's printing. 11 sales, $16 CPA, 4% convert. This just gets better the more that I read. $41 AOV, 6% add to cart rate, 55% add to cart to purchase. Beautiful. 2.5 ROAS, 1.24 break even. That's what I'm fucking talking about, man. Yeah. Yo, bro, this is my third test with this product and my first test running a campaign to an advertorial. I know. Not much spend yet. Dude, but this is you got some great initial signals, man. Like your margins are great. You're at 2.5 ROAS. This is a success. Oh fuck. I have a call in actually 2 minutes. I thought I didn't. I do. Get my funnel look, see what else can be improved. DMCA for following instruction on my competitor's advertorial too closely. It's a different product. AOV, definitely post-purchase. If you're still on Shopify, I would use after sale. Yeah, I mean anything is gonna be what you have going on right now. So there's very, very little risk to the after sale thing. Woven. Okay. You said you want me to take a look at the advertorial. Let me make sure this call is actually happening. Damn, this is good, bro. No wonder you're fucking at a 2.5 ROAS. I wouldn't worry too much about the DMCA, man. Unless you're like stealing images, you're probably fine. Like this is a great gift. This is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. That kind of like transformation stuff. This isn't even necessarily before and after. It's actually an after before. What the fuck? But great gift and really well structured. I mean, shit, dude. We could go through the headline thing, and you're gonna check almost every single thing. Like here's the promising of the solution. Here's discrediting. Here's the authority and addressing skepticism. Also, authority and addressing skepticism. Curiosity, addressing alternative solutions, specificity, simplicity. I think you almost hit every single one. And what do you know? He's killing it. Dude, honestly, fuck what I think. Spend more money. Spend more money, bro. You had a 2.5 ROAS. You're doing very good. If I wanted to really push it, then I would say, I mean, dude, this would totally fucking rip on Funnelish, dude, with some really good OTOs. Fuck. Yes, man. I mean, your CPA is $16 on what, $40 product? $40 AOV? 41? Yeah, man, spend more money. Spend more money until something breaks. Unfortunately, I have to go like right now. I got an interview. I got to hop on, guys. Yeah, 20% daily. Other than that, guys, great call. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great week. We'll talk to y'all later. Peace.